This is the Northstars Show, episode 18 of season 7, episode 118. I'm your host, Bruce Krentz. Behind the camera, a guy whose days are numbered. Paul Anderson, he's the executive producer. He's the brains behind the show, really. I'm just a pretty face over here. Hunter Rambo joining me now. Hunter, this segment is what just happened here. So we talk about the weekend. Quite frankly, the weekend sort of sucked. So we're not going to talk too much about either one of the games, but were there any positives that you and your buddies or the coaching staff could take away from the weekend? 2 losses, that's all we'll say about that.
Well, honestly, the games, like Saturday's nice game wasn't too bad, just like a lot of mental breakdowns, and they capitalized on other very good teams, so when we collapse, they usually score a lot.
It's really tough playing against those top teams in the league because you're exactly right. It seems like somewhere about the middle of the league, the speed of the transition just changes. And so some of those teams, as soon as they get the puck, it feels like they're on top of you, especially here in the Gordon Beer. Did you guys notice a difference playing in the smaller rink over the bigger one?
Honestly, I think the boys like playing in the smaller rink a bit more because it's a very fast team and it was easy to like shut their speed down a bit easier.
Clamped them down? You were in the way a little bit more?
Yeah, a lot more.
I like it. Hopefully we do a little bit better this coming weekend. Have the coaches given you any kind of a message? What are they expecting out of you coming up?
Well, I don't know. It's Eastman's, and we beat them last time we played them, so I think they're expecting us to win both games, I hope.
I think absolutely we're expecting you to win both and the rest of the year. We're getting close to the Mun Cup. We've been doing a bit of a focus on the Mun Cup lately. Did you play in the Mun?
Yeah, I played in the Mun Cup 1 year. My Adam AA year, we won it.
Fantastic. Who'd you beat in the finals? I hate to ask.
We beat Dauphin Kings. I scored the game-winning goal with 13 seconds left.
Love that. So you've got a Mun Cup toque and maybe an MVP in the tournament?
No, I didn't.
Hate it when that happens. Me either. I fumbled on a breakaway in the final game. So these guys need more water bottles here. We'll shuffle over just a little bit. Still to come on this show, Northstar insider Stuart Walter talks to Coach James Buchanan. They do a little bit of a look back at the weekend. Oh, Cody. Yeah, I said James. I watched the interview. I knew it was Cody. Still said James. That's who we were going to do first. You know what? We have a Meet the Caroleros this past weekend. We had all the kids that are going to be in the Mun Cup. We did a few things with a bunch of the different teams. So we're going to meet the Caroleros here on the show. Talk to Kale Mayor, one of the Midget AAs, about how their season's going. They got playoffs coming up. In second place right now. Cross your fingers. They got to beat Henry Much and the Northhouse Northstars to get into first place. 2-on-1 with Dredyn Robinson and Branden Hill. And that's it. I think that's it. On with the show. Here's our Northstar insider, Stuart Walter, along with Coach Cody.
Stuart Walter here with Assistant Coach Cody. What went on the weekend that you can take away as a positive looking ahead to Eastman?
Well, positive, we know how a fast team plays. We worried about the slot, and they worried about our back door, and so that's something we have to work on, and especially with Eastman, they're up there in the standings, so they're kind of similar, I'd say. They're fast. And they get lots of shots through, so that's one thing we have to worry about is our own zone. And I know we didn't score much, but we had quite a bit of opportunities, so there's some positives to take out of that. But other than that, there's not too much positives I could take, but just got to be worried about Eastman. We had good success a few weeks ago against them, so we'll lean on that for this weekend.
One of the bright spots of the weekend was Keaston Saunders opening the scoring on the Saturday night game. How nice is it to have someone like that who's a leader in the locker room? He has the A on his jersey to be able to go out and lead by example to start a game. I watched. He was very fired up after that goal.
Oh, for sure. Keaston's been developing really well. He started off in the fourth line, I believe, forward for me at the beginning of the year, and got into some suspensions and injuries was a big thing. So he ended up playing that defensive role, and he's actually he fitted pretty well back there. But I know he just got recently added to the Team Manitoba the Aboriginal team Manitoba, which is a big positive for him. So so people have been seeing it around the league. So got to keep going with him. So got to stay positive. So.
Branden Melstead, what's the latest on him? Are we going to see him in action this weekend?
I'm hoping he's going to be back this weekend. That's a big hole to fill, especially bringing goalies in if we run into an injury or if we have to pull them. So that's a good thing to have two of our goalies back in there. So I'm hoping he's back, but we'll play it by ear.
And then finally, we already talked a bit about Eastman. Played them twice this year, a win and a overtime win. What are you looking, or what do you expect the team to come out with against them?
Just to go back to what we had success with dumping it in, retrieving. That's what we have to go back to. I know we kind of swayed away from that, and we started trying to carry it in too much, especially against a Winnipeg team that could transition on a dime. That wasn't working. So that's one thing we have to get back to is getting those greasy goals, those dirty goals. So, and I know they don't like it, but that's what they have to do to get it to work. So,
but best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Okay, perfect.
This is a minor hockey moment. Our focus on all pieces of minor hockey, from the little Timbits up to the midgets and beyond. Joining me is Kale Mayor. Kale's one of the players on the midget AA's. We kind of grabbed you. We're here in the ref room, actually, so you just finished a reffing gig. But our intel, my background guy told me you were going to be here. So we thought we'd grab you and just ask you a few questions about the team. Kale, your first year on the midget AA's, was it a big step up from bantam at all, or is it just kind of like the rest of minor hockey, where it was sort of a progression for you?
It's just kind of progression. It's a little bit faster, I would say, but it depends on the game. It's a step up.
And so in the league this year, it's a northern loop, so you guys have 4 different teams. Split Lake was in the league. They dropped out just a short while ago. Cross Lake, Norway House, and yourselves. Has it been pretty competitive this year? Are most of the games close, or have there been a bunch of blowouts? How's the league looking this year?
There's been lots of blowouts for sure. There's a couple games that are close, but definitely lots of blowouts.
And who have you had the best games with?
Probably Norway House. We've had pretty good games with them.
Some pretty strong players there, and I know even partway through the year, I think I heard a rumor that Henry Much moved off of the Northstars and then showed up on the AA, so that's a great pickup for them.
Yeah, it was kind of bad news for us because he's a very good hockey player, and we had to deal with him, but we'll get through it.
For sure, but nice to see him still playing and in the league for sure, right? Because he's a friend of some of the guys here. And I know you played a little bit at the start and then some volleyball, and now you've been back in it since about Christmas time?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I had volleyball for most of the season, so I focused on that. And right when it ended, jumped right back into hockey and got into that.
Perfect. My mom, a big fan of the show, always says, good athletes make good hockey players. So she'd be happy that you were playing volleyball. It doesn't break my heart either, and I know your Uncle Antonio, loving it. Did he give you the big thumbs up for that?
Oh, yeah.
100%, although he loves hockey too. You guys had a couple late season pickups too. I think Matt Rempel and Harley Horning joined the team partway through the year, and I think they've been a good addition. Would you say that?
Definitely, yes. They help out lots.
Nice to have Skylar Zox too. He's your goaltender, and he's bounced up and down with the Northstars a bit, so some good experience for him there as well. Right now, you guys are in second place. What's left of the year for the midget AA's?
2 more games this weekend. One against Cross Lake, one against Norway. Once against Norway. We have to win both if we want to come first in the league, get home advantage for playoffs.
Your record right now is 12-6, so a pretty good year. I'm guessing you lost those other ones to Norway House. If you win, I think that gives you like a home ice advantage for the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And after that, I think from what I understand, my fact checker, you guys are going down to provincial, sort of win or lose with the league. So the league wraps up, and then you've got a trip down to provincials at the end of the year?
Yes.
And have you played against any other teams this year, or has it been just the Northern Loop so far?
Just the Northern Loop, yeah.
So we wish you the best of luck. The games always go here in the CNS, but for sure there'll be some playoffs after this weekend, so we're hoping that things go well in Cross Lake, Norway House. We know you're going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, Henry Much is good, but you guys are better.
Yeah, agreed.
100%. Give us a shout out to your coaches too. I know what you guys do is a little bit more than just a house league team. You have some dry land. It's really a program. So give us the names of the coaches and shout them out a bit. Tell us a little bit about what a week looks like for you guys.
Well, Mike Lafreniere, our head coach, he's very hard on us. Our dry lands, we started off once a week, and then we moved it up to almost every day of the week just to get prepared. And then Jeff, he's more chill chill coaches. He's all right.
Nickname Easy E, highest scorer in Riverton Junior B history. He's amazing hands, amazing hockey player. So nice to have him, and definitely a different personality than Mike.
Yeah. And then Rory is also, like Mike, very hard at it and serious, takes the game very competitively.
I'm really impressed with those guys. The pride, I know they're hard on you a little bit, but they run lots of dry land, and they're well prepared, well run practices and games and stuff. So top marks to them. Best of luck, Kale Mayor. Thanks for joining us on Minor Hockey Moment, and best of luck to the Midget AA's.
Thank you.
This is the Mun Cup Show 2018, and our focus on the teams from Thompson that'll be playing in the Mun Cup. We've got the Carroll Arrows here with us, and we're going to introduce you to each one of them, introducing them some of our Norman North Stars. So Captain Jerome Linklater is first. Jerome, who do you have with us?
I have Tanisha Mercury.
Tanisha Mercury, come over here. Tanisha, what number do you wear?
1.
Normally I ask you your position, but I'm going to take a guess at this. Are you a goaltender?
Yes.
I got that one right. How long have you been playing hockey?
I think 4 years.
4 years. What school do you go to?
Deerwood School.
Deerwood School. And who's your favorite hockey player?
Sidney Crosby.
Crosby. Best of luck on the weekend. Thanks for coming. Keaston Saunders, you got the next in line. Keaston, one of the A's with the North Stars. Keaston, who's this?
We got Quentin Heichert Mercury.
Quentin Heichert Mercury, come on down. What number do you wear?
Number 19.
Number 19. What position do you play?
I'm at number 9.
And what school?
I play forward.
You play forward. You're 9 years old. What school do you go to?
Juniper.
Juniper School. Love that. I used to be a Jaguar. And who's your favorite hockey player?
Crosby.
Sidney Crosby, a great pick. Thanks for coming. Best of luck on the weekend. Mitchell Reed, one of the assistant captains with the North Stars. Mitchell, who's this?
This is Callie Mead.
Callie Mead, come on over. Callie, what number do you wear?
12.
12. And what position do you play?
Defense.
Defense. How old are you?
11.
11 years old. What school do you go to?
Deerwood.
Deerwood School. And who's your favorite hockey player?
Isaiah McMaster. Isaiah McMaster.
Isaiah McMaster's your favorite hockey player? What a great pick. Perfect. Thank you. JL Taguna, he wears an A with the North Stars too. JL, who's this?
Reese Beavis.
Reese Beavis. Hey, I know you. How long have you been playing hockey?
This is my second year playing hockey.
Second year playing hockey. What number do you wear?
Number 5.
Number 5. And what position do you play?
Defense.
Defense. What school do you go to?
ACOL Riverside.
Ooh, and who's your favorite hockey player?
Jonathan Taves.
Those are good picks. I was kind of thinking maybe you'd pick your dad. J.R. Beavis, not your favorite hockey player?
No.
Thank you. Best of luck on the weekend. Jerome, who's this?
This is Miller Matichuk.
Miller, what number do you wear?
21.
21. And how old are you?
I'm 10.
10. What position do you play?
Defense.
Defense. And what school do you go to?
Westwood.
Westwood School. Perfect. Favorite hockey player?
Sidney Crosby.
Yes, what a choice. Sid the Kid, he's the best. Thank you. Good luck on the weekend. Keaston, who's this good-looking guy with the A on?
Lucas Satid Beardy.
Lucas Seti Beardy, what position do you play?
Forward.
Forward. What number do you wear?
Number 14.
14. How old are you?
9.
9. What's your school?
Deerwood School.
Deerwood School. And favorite hockey player?
Claude Drew.
Claude Giroux. Great pick. Mitchell Reed, bring this guy over. I don't like this hat one bit. Where do we find that? You two Flin Flon guys, you're killing me. Who is this?
This is Dimitri Wood.
Dimitri Wood, come on over. Dimitri, other than this ugly hat, you look great. What number do you wear?
19.
19. What position do you play?
Forward.
Forward. And how old are you?
10.
10. What school do you go to?
Wapanock.
Ooh, and favorite hockey player?
Jamie Benn.
Good choice. Now get that hat out of here, both of you. JL, who's this?
It's Caden Johnson.
Caden Johnson, come on over. What's your number?
16.
16. What position do you play?
Forwards.
How long have you been playing hockey? It's a fake out. How old are you?
10.
10. And what school do you go to?
La Ordinaire.
Ooh, and your favorite hockey player?
Ovechkin.
Oh, be kicking it old school. I like it. Jerome, who's next?
Brody Comer.
Brody, what number do you wear?
8.
8. And how old are you?
9.
9. What position do you play?
Right wing and left wing.
Ooh, utility winger. What school do you go to?
Juniper.
Fantastic. And your favorite hockey player?
Austin Matthews.
Austin Matthews. Great pick. Keaston, Who's the captain of the Carroll Arrows?
We got Maya Clarkson.
Maya Clarkson, come on over. Maya, what school do you go to?
Brentwood.
Brentwood School, and what number do you wear?
I wear number 15.
Number 15, and what position do you play?
I play center.
Center, how old are you?
10.
10 years old, what school do you go to?
Brentwood.
Brentwood School, and your favorite hockey player?
Mario Lemieux.
Mario Lemieux, big Mario, what a choice. Mitchell, who's next from the Carroll Arrows?
This is Aaron Duval Virjan.
Come on over, Aaron. Say your name again, because Mitchell was all over the place on it.
Duvo Virgin,
There we go. What number are you?
18.
18, and how long have you been playing hockey?
About 6 years.
6 years, and what position do you play?
Left wing.
Your school?
Brentwood.
Brentwood School, and favorite hockey player?
Sydney Crosby.
Sydney Crosby. Come on down, look at these two A's, fantastic. Who's this?
Nathan Murphy.
Nathan Murphy, come on down. What number do you wear?
10.
10. What position do you play?
Defense.
How old are you?
10.
10
I mean,
years old?
11.
11? Just turned 11?
Yeah.
Are you lying to me?
No.
No? Yeah, can we see your ID? I'm just kidding. What school do you go to?
Westwood.
Westwood School, and your favorite hockey player?
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid. Who doesn't love Connor McDavid? Thank you. Jerome, look at this guy. He's almost as tall as you are.
This is Ponjol guy.
Poncho guy, come on down. What number do you wear?
30.
30. And what position do you play?
Goalie.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. How long have you been playing hockey?
3 years, but this is my first as goalie.
First year as goalie and you're on the Arrows? That is excellent. How old are you?
10.
Okay. This one doesn't seem like it checks out either because he's as big as Jerome. But what school do you go to?
A Call Riverside School.
And favorite hockey player?
Sidney Crosby.
Sidney Crosby. Top shelf, thank you. Come on down. Keyston, who's this?
We got Daniel Halou.
Daniel, are you number 8?
No.
What's up with the toque that says 8? What number are you?
2.
What position do you play?
Center.
And how old are you?
10.
10. What school do you go to?
Riverside.
And favorite hockey player?
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid, and you're wearing the Jets hat, and when you threw it on the ground, Paul loves the Jets. He's not going to be happy with that, but everything else was great. Thanks for joining me. Good luck on the weekend.
This is Landon Lafreniere.
Landon Lafreniere, what number do you wear?
Number 2. No, 3.
3? You sure about that?
Yeah.
Turn around. All right, your story checks out. How old are you?
10.
And what position do you play?
Left wing.
Your school?
Deerwood.
Deerwood? Ooh, and favorite hockey player?
Connor McDavid.
Another Connor McDavid. This guy's got it all locked down. Last one, JL, who's this?
This is Hayden Hordicki.
Hayden Ordecki, come on over. What number do you wear?
17.
17, and what position do you play?
Winger.
Winger? How old are you?
9.
9 years
I mean
old?
10.
10? Okay, what's with this team? You guys are all making this up. I think you're lying to me. What school do you go to?
Brentwood.
Brentwood School, and your favorite hockey player?
Ovechkin.
Ovechkin. Thanks for joining me. These are the Carroll Arrows. Here, you guys come over here quickly. Okay, say these words after me. Scooch in right over here. We're the Carroll Arrows.
We're the Carroll Arrows.
This is the Mun Cup Show
This is the Mun Cup Show
2018.
2018.
And then go like this. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
This is 2-on-1, Branden Hill, Dredyn Robinson. We thought we hadn't had you on the show. You're on the show once already this year, but kind of hiding in the corner, trying to stay away. We got the Mun Cup coming up, boys. And Thompson, that's a big deal. You're both kind of from out of town, but still participated in the Mun Cup. So tell me about it. What was the best you did? And was the Mun Cup, and be honest about this, was the Mun Cup a big deal for you coming here, big tournament, or just another weekend?
It was just another weekend for me because we didn't go as far as we wanted to, and we didn't make it to the finals.
Did you have any pancakes?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kings always make pancakes. I was in the back flipping. That's all I care about, really. And Mun Cup for you?
Well, I won it once, so that was sort of like a memorable weekend because it was the only time you could really, like, win it. I was in the Crockett before, so that's why.
It happens. And same thing, pancakes. Do you remember anything else about the Mun other than just another weekend tournament?
Just that it was a big event. Like, it used to be really big, and it was fun.
It's a big deal. I like how we keep it going. One more before we jump into the 2-on-1, guys. The season not over yet, starting to wrap up? Are you going to stick around when the year's over, or are you straight back home as soon as you can and leg out the spring there?
I'm just going to stick around, I guess. Wait till the season's over and go back home.
Nice. You're not going to finish out the year a little Artie Parker living?
No.
Not going to happen. How about you?
I'm going home as soon as I can. Yeah.
Always happens. I don't blame you. If I was in your shoes, I'd be anxious to get home too. It's 2-on-1. We're going to hit you with a couple of tough questions. You tried to get out of it, but we got you cornered here now. So how about if I start you off kind of an easy one? What's your favorite kind of music?
Just any kind of rap, I guess.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hip-hop, rap, and favorite song or favorite artist?
Eminem by any kind of song by Eminem.
Any Eminem stuff? You're not a J. Cole guy, more rap than hip-hop?
No.
All right.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is red.
That was kind of random. Who's the most underrated guy? Yeah, this whole segment's random, and I thought that was a random question. Who's the most underrated guy in practice? Who's a guy in practice where you look out and you think, man, he's good, but maybe doesn't get the recognition he should? Can't be Johnny Saunders.
I'd say Keaston Saunders.
Nice.
Just wait. What's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show, that's a tough one. I have to say Riverdale.
Wow. Doesn't freak you out at all? It's weird.
No.
I watched a couple episodes. Don't like it a bit. Who's your favorite roomie on the road, or if you had to live with one of the guys on the team, who would that be?
Another tough one. I have to go with Keaston. He's like
Your brother from another mother?
yeah.
Kind of? Yeah. Ish.
What's your favorite NHL player and why?
My favorite NHL player is Chris Letang because he plays a really good offense and defense. It's kind of like a two-way.
If you get tapped for the shootout, or if you had a two-zone breakaway, what's your move? What are you going with?
Probably just a forehand, backhand kind of stuff.
Old school, nothing crazy, not the fake deke, none of that stuff, just straight backhand shelf cheddar.
No, I have no hands.
Dare to dream, you've got to visualize it. You visualize it enough times, it'll really happen.
Yeah.
Black or white tape?
I have to go with white tape.
I'm going to finish you off with my favorite one. How do you like your eggs?
How I like my eggs, I have to go with scrambled. Scrambled's my favorite.
Always scrambled. I'll give you one of the. How do you like your eggs?
Probably just fried. Yeah.
I rarely answer this one. Basted. You guys ever try and basted? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Poach?
No. It's kind of like poach. It's like you fry them, but then you put a little water in the lid, and you put a lid over top, so the top kind of gets cooked without going over easy.
No.
Next time you're at a restaurant, go with basted. Branden Hill, Dredyn Robinson. That's 2-on-1. That's another one in the books. Episode 15 is pretty much behind us. Just before we close out the show, though, our Norman Northstar insider, Stuart Walter, you've been on the show a couple times, and if my wife was here, she would tell you I am terrible at introducing people. That's like my Achilles heel, my kryptonite is I suck at doing that. And so we didn't really introduce you to people, so we wanted to do that now. You've been in Thompson about a year. What brought you to Thompson?
My job at the radio station at 102.9 CHTM doing news.
And where'd you come from? You're not a Winnipeg guy, right? You came a little bit further than that?
Originally from Toronto, moved here from Ottawa.
Nice. And Ottawa's where you went to broadcasting school?
Yeah, I went to Algonquin College.
Nice, I like that. And so far, so good with Thompson. What's the best thing about being in Thompson? Minus 40? You finally got one of those under your belt?
The blizzard last winter was a bit of a wake-up call. I feel better that it actually was a bad blizzard, and even people like you who've been in Thompson their entire lives, it was bad.
It was bad. That was about as bad as it gets. Yeah.
If I can survive that, I can survive anything. But just being here and getting the chance to really be a part of the community, it's hard to do that in a bigger city like Toronto or Ottawa where there's millions of people. Whereas here in Thompson, where we have 13,000 people, it's a lot easier to get yourself involved right away, like I did with the Northstars and volunteering at their games.
Yeah, you jumped in right away. You've been helping out with doing the score clock and stuff like that. And then the last couple of weeks, you got a chance to do some of the play-by-play for Shaw, and reviews were fantastic. So how was that to do the games here? Did it feel pretty good?
It felt good. I did a lot of broadcasting when I was in college, and until I moved to Thompson, I was doing junior A games back home for a few different teams like the Nepean Raiders and Kempville 73s. So to be able to get back behind the mic was really nice. It's a bit slower than I'm used to calling, but that's just what you're going to see when you go from midget to junior. So it was to be expected, but again, it was nice to be behind the mic again.
It is a huge jump from midget to junior. Everybody says that all the time. When you were calling those games, was it radio or were you doing TV there as well?
It was mostly, when I was in school, it was radio, but for the home games, there was also a web stream broadcast, which all the junior A League does back home in Ottawa.
Fantastic. No, it's great to have you and great to know you have that skill. I can't imagine that we're not going to keep drawing on that as we move into the future. And nice to have you on the show here as well, somebody that's pretty plugged into the games and pretty plugged in with what's going on. How's your experience on the Northstars Show been so far?
It's been pretty good. Fumbled a few times with questions, but even experienced pros like you do that, so I feel okay about that. It's been fun, though, getting to know the players and to see things behind the scenes. All I had seen really beforehand was what they're like at the rink on game days on the ice. So just get a bit more of the personality. It adds more to when you're at the games. You're like, oh, I know that guy. He's likes this, doing this stuff, and he's actually happy as opposed to he's mad right now. That kind of thing.
Who hangs out with who and that kind of thing. Definitely, if I had $1 for every fumble we had on this show, I'd be a rich man. And we used to have a segment where we actually pointed out our screw-ups on the shows before, and we got rid of it because it was just getting too long. So you're in good company.
I think that would be an entire show every week.
So thanks for joining us on the show this time. You had a great interview with Coach Cody Genaille. He never wants to be on, but once we get him on, he's solid.
The smile never goes away.
No, he seems just happy to be here. Also, thanks to Branden Hill and to Dredyn Robinson, our 2-on-1. You can tell they're pretty close friends. And even though this season hasn't gone the way any of these guys want, their attitude is still fantastic.
Well, it's more about just bonding, I think, especially with a team like the Northstars. It's a regional team. You have everyone coming in not really knowing each other at the beginning, so that just seeing that meshing and that gelling come together as we get close to the end of the season, it's really nice to see.
It's amazing, and I think some of these guys are really starting to see that even if the Northstars don't have great seasons sometimes, and even some of the guys that end up sort of at the top of the score sheet are not necessarily the guys that move on, but right now on the OCN Blizzard and even in Flin Flon, we've moved a lot of guys into junior hockey.
Well, especially look at the Keeper brothers, especially right now. Anthony's having a great season with the Blizzard, but his brother Brady is with the Maine Black Bears, was at King's Camp, and just see that kind of talent coming out of the North is amazing.
Yeah, no, it's incredible, and I mean the Valentino brothers are another one. These guys have gone on, and I know that there's a couple teams looking at Jamie, so it's pretty neat to see these guys move on, even if sometimes we get a little frustrated watching the games because we've had a few losses, Coach.
Just a few, but like you said, it's nice to know. I know there's a handful of guys on here who already have their rights claimed by junior A clubs. Like you're talking to Hunter in the opening, his rights are owned by the OCN Blizzard. I know he wants to play there next year. I believe Mikey Barrett is also a prospect of the Blizzard. So just to know that these guys do have a future after Northstars is nice.
Yeah, absolutely, and people are keeping an eye on the team. So thanks again. Like you said, you mentioned Hunter. Great to have him on the show telling us what just happened here. And we meet the Caroleros, the kids. It was so great to see some aspiring Mun Cuppers and some kids that are going to end up here on the Northstars. So all of that right here on the show. Will you be back next week?
Of course.
So are we. Thanks for watching. This is the Northstars Show.